Sweet, we're gonna be famous, you guys.
Yeah.
Alright, then I'm gonna just jump
See you
right
at
in,
the next convention.
since we've been waiting a long time for this. I think I have my. Oh, okay. I was like, I think I have my room open to public because some asshole named Nightmare wants to join, but I realize that that's probably just Terry's random name.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make the same mistake. I think I have everybody's character updated.
I'm the office guy, right? With a badge.
Yeah, you're the guy with the badge. And I think Nate's the only one who didn't send me a screenshot yet. If you find a cool character image you want, then you can send it
Oh,
to me and
yeah.
I'll use it. Otherwise, I got just generic or strong looking guy with wrench.
That works.
Okay. Well, then I will get to the intro here. Okay. The world we once knew and loved is gone, destroyed, shattered, and now we few survivors must begin to place the pieces of our lives back together. Renly stood there in the driving rain, cold and tired. She was preoccupied with brushing her horse Wednesday, thinking of how much she missed home. Hell, after 4 years of constant battle in Eastern Europe, we've all become detached and exhausted. Renly was, in fact, so preoccupied with her wistful thoughts of home that she didn't hear Vince approaching her from behind. Startled, she turned around to face him. Yeah, what is it? She said, shivering and miserable. Can't stay here any longer. Soviet patrols are all over the place. We should use this rain as cover. I'm ready, she said, and climbed on top of her faithful moistened steed and began to make her way towards the others. Patrick Paddy Rafferty, or Rafe to his closest friends, and Sarge to the team. He sat nestled in the passenger's seat of the Humvee alone. He took another look at the gauges, and sure enough, they hadn't changed since he checked 10 minutes ago. The vehicle wasn't running. Rafe's Humvee was brand new, the last of a trickle of war materials sent to the division by the homeland. It was Sarge's Humvee as far as the rest of us were concerned, even if Alexei drove the thing. The vehicle was in tip-top shape, though Rafe knew it would be wise to assume it would not always remain so. Then, he looked over his shoulder and out the windows to make sure nobody else was there. No, he could hear the others still outside, gathering up the last of the gear from our temporary camp. Good, he thought. Nobody around. He stealthily pulled out his worn, tattered billfold he hadn't used in ages. He produced several photographs from inside. They were Polaroids, very grainy pictures taken years ago that remind him of everything he left behind, and everything he could now return to. It was his bush plane, his Sheridan tank he purchased from military surplus, even the dilapidated old hangar he lived in on his private lot with the ragged dirt airstrip deep in rural Kentucky. One day, he thought, one day I can return, and suddenly the rear passenger doors opened loudly, snapping him out of the pleasant memory. He quickly slid the articles back into his pocket and leaned over to check the gauges one last time. It was time. Time to go home. Alexei had finished packing his gear a while ago and was busily organizing the weapons and equipment, mostly out of habit. He really didn't know any of the others well, but when he saw an opportunity to remove himself from the shackles of the oppressive regime he had been subject to nearly his whole life, he had to take it. Coming back from the Chinese front was a miracle in itself, let alone the chance to go to the West, to America. He had always heard stories of the land of the free, and it had always appealed to him. Though it was unlikely America was in any better shape than anywhere else in the world, he was still eager to leave. Just as he closed the rear hatch of the vehicle, he saw Renly and Vince approaching. It was time to go. Alexei made his way to the driver's door, opened it, and climbed inside. I have to take a drink now, it's a lot of words. Lieutenant Junior Grade Carlos Mincanetes, our distinguished commander, or rather, the only ranking officer. It had been quite some time since he was in command aboard a ship, but a Humvee would have to do now. He saw Renly and Vince, out of the corner of his eye, headed back to the Humvee. It was time to leave. Everyone boarded the Humvee, glad to be out of the rain. Everyone, Carlos said, I'm sorry things happened this way. It won't be easy coming back from devastation such as this. But as your leader, I will do my best to see my ship and her crew back to port. Back home. Let's move out, he finished. Alexei started the vehicle and pulled slowly forward. The sound of the leaves and branches surrounded us as we left the cover of the thick foliage. It would be a long and dangerous journey, but maybe, just maybe, if we work together, we can make it. The first step will be to break out of the Soviet encirclement. And that's where the intro starts here, prologue Soviet blockade, where we gotta break the fuck out. Alright, so basically how this works is you can move up to, like there's a ruler thing on this side here, there's a measure. And you can see it goes out to 10, 20, 30, and everything's in meters. So in one turn or phase, the phases are turns, so there's turns and phases. So in one phase, you can move 30 meters. So with Vince, I could move, say, like, oh shit. You have to select the move thing to move. I could move, say, up here. And then I might, like, reveal in terrain or whatever. But yeah, you don't have to, like, we're not going to move in combat order until combat... Oh, I made another one of those. Whoops. But combat won't start until we initiate combat or we're ambushed, so we can move around freely, free of the initiative system, and just kind of explore. The objective of this first beginner, this opening intro here, is to just get to the exit grid. That's all we have to do. If any one player reaches the exit grid that's on the other side there, then all of us will have escaped, even if we're all still on the other side of the river. Only one of us needs to touch the grid. But if the Humvee wants to escape, the Humvee has to hit the exit grid. And if Renly's horse wants to escape, the horse also has to reach the exit grid. But since she's not here, I'm not worried about it.
Well, my Humvee better reach the exit grid.
Oh god, I guess I do have a little bit more tutorial here. I have more words to say. I'm a fool. The rain continues on into the following day as we travel westward. Carlos could see on the maps that there would be one last river coming up that would undoubtedly be blocked by Soviet troops. Stop here, he said, and Alexei pulled off to the side of the road. They've probably got the bridge secured. What do you guys want to do? So yeah, we know that there is a bridge across a river somewhere up ahead that we can't quite see yet, and we're going to have to use the bridge if we want to get the Humvee across. The rest of us could probably swim if we were like super desperate and didn't care. But yeah, that's just the general knowledge of what we know because we still have maps of the area.
Okay. What's our terrain like right now?
We're just in we're in the woods right now. We're in forest, so everything's pretty thick.
Okay, it's like dense forest.
Yes. There are clearings here and there, though.
Gotcha. Just wanted to get a sense of my surroundings.
Yeah, we've been traveling through the forest a lot, and we've been traveling off-road a lot, cutting across country because the Soviets are all over, and so we're avoiding the roads. But there's no way to cross with, and keep the Humvee except for this bridge. So this is the one spot we're gonna have to punch through.
Gotcha. The one road or whatever. Is it a main like road? Is it more of a back country kind of looking road? Is it?
It's a super backcountry looking road. You know those like old timey backcountry roads that are like the covered wooden bridges over like a river?
Okay.
Yeah.
So having a heavier military vehicle probably making it a little treacherous.
It probably has like a 5-ton weight limit or something. So yeah, our
Yeah,
Humvee will
okay.
be fine.
Gotcha. Just kind of so I can assess as we get closer and
Well-
closer to.
According to the map, it looks like the bridge is probably fine, but I mean, we could get there and the whole thing could be wrecked. So
Well, I mean, you said they're Russian. I could always go and try to talk to them and see what they're saying on who's allowed to cross.
oh no, not this one. Yeah, there's no. This was supposed to be like a prologue and a whatever to like learn the combat system and stuff.
I'm gonna look at my commanding officer and ask him what his ideas are moving forward. Orders, sir.
Terry, that's you. Terry. Oh god, we lost him.
Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello.
Okay. Let's command us all to take it easy over here.
Yeah, the further ahead you scout, like, you can, scout ahead and make obs checks, and that will reveal the terrain for you. The shroud is so close to us because we're in thick trees, so you do have to get fairly close to it to reveal it.
Well, I am going to stick with my Humvee. I think it's probably wise that we send. Who's our best for sending out to scout? I believe that'd be Vincent.
Yeah, probably me, but I'm the DM, and I don't. I, I mean, I don't want to lead because I know where all the stuff is. So, but I could like.
Right. Well, we can tell you a direction. Like
Oh,
we could
that's
be
true.
like,
That's true. You do have to order me, or you could do that. Yeah.
right.
Point me in a
So
direction, Sarge.
you are the one of our best scouting. So I would say we need to go north, and is that northeast? Kind of looking at the road.
Yeah. No, that's northwest.
Northwest. So I would say
West is left.
I would probably say move northwest, but stay off the road.
You got it, Sarge. I'll move to this first tree and make an obs check.
Yeah, because I like. Oh, do we? We do have walkies, right?
I'm gonna make a stealth check because I'm gonna stealth and obs. So this is how this works. This is perfect because you're ordering me to do stuff, and I know how to do stuff, so I can show you guys how to do stuff while still not taking the agency away from you. This is perfect. Good job, Sarge.
Thank you.
Okay, so I failed my stealth check, and I believe I passed my observation check. Now I can give myself experience points in those, and I'll show you how to do that. Because I have to do that, because I have to command the character sheets.
Right. Yep.
I have no observation. That can't even be accurate. Sarge, we got a bit of a problem here.
What do you see?
I can't see. I forgot to take observation, apparently.
Oh.
I think,
We'll get your ass back here then.
well,
Damn it! Why are we sending a man out that's blind?
I thought I had that. Hold on a second. Do I even have stealth? I have stealth too. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and switch. So I have stealth 1 and obs 1 at least.
Alrighty.
I'm going to allow this because I literally pointed out to everybody to make sure to have stealth and obs.
Yes. Don't the binos give you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because my skill is only 1, which means I pass with the binocs. So good call, man.
Yeah. 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 I thought that's what I had read. I was just double checking. Also, for a point of reference about time of day.
Early in the morning. This is like
Okay.
literally twilight.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep, that's kind of what I wanted to know is that. All right. Um.
I could see pretty far out over this clearing, Sarge. There's a clearing up ahead. I say that over the radio to you. Because we're about, what, 30 meters away, which is too far away to talk, even though it looks close.
Gotcha. I will relay that. Well, radios everybody probably hears.
I don't see any baddies.
Any baddies?
And I do
Let's
see the
here.
river. The river's due west,
Oh.
sir. I mean, Sarge. I mean, Carlos is our only sir.
So are you standing on like a bluff kind of right there?
Yes, this is a bluff. Can you see the terrain well enough? Yeah, I'm standing on a bluff overlooking a clearing, which is why my range is super extended. On the right side, with the thick trees, my visual is very short.
Okay.
What would you say your, give me your estimated elevation then?
10 meters
Like,
above the lower level. Each elevation line there is 10 meters above or below based on the direction of the slope. It's all 10
okay.
meters elevation, yes. 10 meters
Just so I know, like,
about
are we
30
going
feet up.
into like a deep clearing?
Yeah,
You
we're
know?
going down into the
Um,
river valley.
Gotcha. That's just kind of what I terrain topography. I need topography. Damn it. Um. All right. Uh. Gonna turn and look. What's everybody else doing currently?
I'm still behind the driver's seat.
I'm on all the way to the right. Check my clip.
Are you scouting that direction?
Yes.
You're not within. You got to be within 30 meters to reveal terrain if you're in the thick woods like that there, Carlos. So you'd need to move closer. Do you see where the measuring tool is? Hey, look what I can do. Right here, this is the measuring tool. Right here. Right there. Yeah, it looks like that area down there by the river floods seasonally. Not that that matters to the game, but it does.
Right. I don't want to separate us too far. And we know our only crossing is on the bridge, which is our northwestern objective.
Presumably, yeah, where the road is going.
Man, we're gonna have to need to get a snorkel for this Humvee.
I got plans. We just need some stuff. Trust me. This baby's going to be glorious. Having said that, sir, do you think it's worth continuing to explore in that direction, or should we continue northwest? What have you perceived over to the east?
You are the officer.
I've seen nothing over here, so I think we should move.
Is the forest still pretty dense then over in that
Yes.
direction?
Yeah.
Meaning that any adversaries would probably be slow going if they were on foot.
Slow going.
I think it would be prudent if if Carlos there literally just walked 10 feet over to reveal the terrain so he could get his observation point and clear out that side of the map.
So I know you said we're kind of just like NPC bubbling her character, but I kind of want to send her directly north with her and her horse just to explore the other side of the road. Is that doable? Is that not doable?
I don't like the idea of using other people's characters when they're not here for potentially dangerous roles. I keep that separate from my games, and I wouldn't do that to anybody's characters. However, I do allow them to do things like stay back at camp and run stills and make food and do all like camp functions. They can do camp stuff.
Got you. Okay.
It's just a respect thing of my players, not her personally.
I know. It's just like, because she's got the horse and stuff, I was like, she could cover more ground and explore better for
Yeah,
us.
somebody else, one of us else has a horse, but we didn't purchase a second horse, and if her horse gets killed by somebody
Who
else,
has horsemanship?
I believe it's Carlos or that's Carlos.
I'm
Carlos.
not sure how familiar we are with each other's skill sets yet.
Well, probably
Oh.
not very, but this is the time where we would be like, so who does anything? We're literally hashing this
All right.
out over the radio right
Is
now.
anyone able to use? Do we know the horse's name?
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, I didn't know if that information was privy. Um, can anyone ride Wednesday? Ride northeast on the other side of the road, parallel to Vincent, so we can attempt to see both sides as we have Alexi and myself bringing up the rear with the Humvee. I'd
Yeah.
like to keep Vincent and our other scout. Oh shoot.
Yeah, I think it would be prudent to flank
Probably
around.
30 to 40 meters ahead of the Humvee. Because I imagine the Humvee could clear that distance pretty easily. And I don't want to give you guys too far of a lead in case something were to happen. Does that sound like a sufficient plan proceeding forward, sir?
We should go for it.
Okay. I just don't want to step on any toes. But I feel like we need to proceed forward in case we do have anyone coming up on the rear eventually.
Yeah.
Having said that, I'm going to look behind us to make sure everything behind us is still fairly clear.
Yeah, you look behind you and you see that there's like some weird video game force field that prevents anybody from pursuing us until we reach a certain point forward to like strategically
Okay.
trap us type of thing. So you're like, no, they literally cannot proceed through this force field while we're on this
Gotcha.
side of the river.
Well, to make it appear a little better, I'm just going to stand up in the seat of the Humvee, kind of look out and go, yep, all good back there still. But I don't know how long that's going to hold, so we should really start proceeding onward.
You want me to move forward, Sarge, or maybe possibly try to make a better observation check so I can see a little bit farther?
Yeah, stay at your current location as we looking over at my commanding officer. We're familiar with everybody's names, right? So I can just be like, Carlos, sir, would you like to get on Wednesday and move forward?
I rolled a nat
northern east.
1, which is good in this game. Nat 1 is the
Yes,
equivalent of a
okay.
nat 20 in this game.
Oh, nice.
So I will do that for Wednesday.
All right. So I want you to move probably a good 30 to 40 meters ahead of our current location. Probably staying, maybe 10 meters off of the road? At least probably 10 meters off of the road.
Yep.
To the northeast.
Right?
I think what you should do is do the same thing I did, where you go, I'm gonna stealth up to like the ridge line here behind a tree. You see how I stealthed up to the ridge line behind a tree and I kind of crouched down on the ground with my machine gun real stealthily, so I'm overlooking this place with binoculars. You gotta
Yeah, so
use the terrain.
You see that cluster of 3 trees on the northeast?
Use your pointer.
Right by the ridge?
Use your pointer. It's a thing on it's Q, hotkey. You do this, go like use
Q?
this. Oh, yeah. Like over here. That's what. Terry. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying if people want to say like Nate's trying to do here, where he's trying to indicate some trees, you use your pointer icon, which is a Q hotkey, but it's below the measuring tool, and it just there you go. That way you can go over here, Terry, or whatever you're trying to say.
So yes, right around where I'm at with my pointer, I'd like you to move with Wednesday up to that location. Stealth and obs.
So
Yep, maybe get a little closer. Kind of get right on that ridge line if you can.
Yeah, that way you've got like good cover, because if you're hiding behind a cover, they can't hit you in any body part but your head. You're basically behind a dirt embankment, just peeking up over the hill. Wednesday is completely covered by the hill from people below the hill because of the angle. That's called defilade.
Nice. Alright. Now make your obs.
You need to make a stealth
Sneak
check,
out.
then an obs check.
Yeah.
They're both 1d10s. So make that on the die roll channel. And I'll give you guys, I got to get experience points, I forgot that. Did you, damn it, you didn't roll for that obs check, unless that wasn't really obs check worthy. I just haven't gotten you an experience point, Rafe.
Oh.
Yeah, for looking back behind you, because do you want to roll 1d10 for it and get your experience point counted as an obs check?
I can.
You did say you looked behind you, and if I had caught it in
Yeah.
time, I would have said it.
Yes, I can do that.
I wish I could feasibly... Well, actually, if you... Oh, no. No way to get you a stealth point. I can't feasibly justify you stealthing in the fucking passenger seat or wherever you are.
No.
I can justify Alexi stealthing the Humvee. That works, but I can't... Yeah.
No, you're
Stealthing
good.
the Humvee,
So that's
interesting.
1d10 you said?
It will be interesting. And yes, 1d10. And also, Terry, I'm going to need 2 1d10s from you.
okay.
Why did that not work? So a 7.
You failed to see anything behind you of value. Usually, I don't I'll reveal even if you fail an obs check, I'll reveal the terrain, and then you can see the enemies that are there. Usually, unless they're stealthing, and then you can't see them. But
Gotcha.
you don't get any bonus information, or if you pass, you get like a bunch of extra shit and like a description of their weapons and the state.
Sure. That makes sense. But like, it's still good flavor.
I agree. That's why, like, a nat 1, because I never hide, like, essential storyline stuff behind die rolls in case they fail it, and then you're like, well, I guess that essential thing I can't tell you now, fuck.
So in this game system, mechanically, we want to roll typically?
Lower.
Okay.
Yeah, for skill checks, lower is better, but for dabblage, higher is adding, yeah, you add damage. And everything else is just like a
Gotcha.
hit
Yep.
location.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you check some of the stuff in the player's handbook, but there's a whole vehicle hit location and a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I was reading that and got slightly overwhelmed at first.
Don't
and
worry
I'm
about
like,
it.
I'm just gonna wait till this pops up in game.
I'm the only one who needs to understand it, really. And yeah, once it pops up, it'll be super simple. It's just a bunch of die rolls.
Gotcha. Okay.
But anyway, what did
so
everybody get? You got a 7, which
he
means
got a 7 as well.
I got a 7.
Carlos needs to roll twice. The first one was a stealth check, and the second one is his odds check.
I'm used to this.
That's okay. That's why this is a prologue and an opening session. And this is why this first thing, this literal, is just to figure out how to move our characters around and move around in the world before
Right.
we actually get to anything important. Like, we can't even talk to these
Yeah.
guys. There's no storyline and there's nothing to botch here. We're just moving around and figuring out how the world works.
Yeah.
If this was a video game, we'd be like, how the fuck do I crouch?
Right. While one of us is just crouching and low kicking in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
So I rolled a 1.
That's really
Hey.
good. That means you observed fucking intensely well. That's great. Let me reveal some terrain.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the edge of the map there.
As the game progresses, you just move more of the map.
Exactly. And like I said, we're just trying to get to the exit grid. We don't need to kill everybody. We don't need to explore everything. We just got to get to the exit grid and get the fuck out of here. Because like Carlos said, or not Carlos, like Sarge said, they're probably right on our ass. They want to kill us. We're Americans and they know it. They like surrounded us and shit. Okay, that's what you can see. You can see all the way to the other ridgeline now. There's another ridgeline there.
So he would have to go down and then back up.
Exactly.
or go around the ridge. Ooh, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, you can't leave the map once you're on the map like this, unless you run away, but we can't run away now because we're
Gotcha.
surrounded and we'll die, but like,
Right, right.
yeah.
Okay. Well then, I think Alexi, let's take the Humvee up to that first bend, right about there. And as we're moving forward, I think over the walkie, I'm gonna suggest that Vincent goes to this cluster of
I was just
trees.
thinking the same thing, Sarge. I'm glad you suggested that. I'm on my way. And I'm gonna obs check the road where the road goes over
God,
in
I
this
don't want to
over in
send
this
you
area.
into the valley. Mm-hmm.
Pretty poorly, Sarge. But at least I can reveal some
All right.
terrain.
A little bit is no need to get everything all at once.
Yep, exactly.
Safety first. I kind of want to send Carlos. Are you comfortable moving forward into that valley? There's a good cluster of trees just to get a little more intel to our east.
Yes. We'll
I
move.
think this cluster of trees right about here would be pretty ideal for you on Wednesday.
Sarge, I see the bridge. I don't see anybody at it, though.
Hmm. They know we gotta come this way, so that's...
Sarge, I see roadblocks on the road, but there's nobody at it. That's suspicious, right?
Yes. I smells a trap or an ambush, so... Let's wait to see what our lieutenant uncovers from his observation check.
Yeah, they're those little, generic roadblocks that you see that look like hurdles.
Okay. So they're not substantial, but they are impeding.
Yeah, it looks like we could bust through them no problem with the Humvee, but they're very indicative of this is a thing that's not meant to be crossed.
But that'll scratch its paint job.
Sarge, I could stealth up and remove them. I have combat engineer.
Right, but
Oh, hey, the lieutenant moved forward.
safety.
Did you make
Yes.
me an obs check, a stealth and an obs there, Carlos?
Oh,
You
I'm
could roll.
seeing.
You could roll 2d10 because stealth always comes before obs, and you usually just do them
Okay.
together.
A 1.
That's amazing. That's excellent.
This is why you are our commanding officer, Carlos.
Yeah. Okay, so
I knew you were the right person for this job.
normally he can't see beyond that hill because it's a hill, so he's like literally looking upwards towards the hill. You understand what I'm saying? He's down in the valley.
Yep.
Look.
Is it working?
Yep, I see your indicator.
Yep.
I don't know. Being on horseback, would that give him a slight
It wouldn't do anything for him.
different?
It wouldn't make a
Gotcha.
difference. It would neither
Okay.
hurt, hinder, nor help him. Okay, so you're
Okay.
looking at the right side basically.
Yep.
They're right in here.
Well, to be fair, I believe that was his stealth check first, anyway.
Oh shit, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, the one.
Well, never mind
Yeah.
all that then. Did you even make
Okay.
an obs check? You're real stealthy though. That was a real good stealth check.
Yes.
That's good. And you are walking into unknown territory, so I mean shit.
And being stealthy with a horse is awesome.
Do I roll again?
Right.
To be fair, the horse, yeah, you roll again. And to be fair, a horse is like super stealthy. That's why they're still used in military today. And fuel efficiency.
Yeah,
Oh my
I got
god,
another
Terry.
1.
What the fuck? How did you do that? I think that's,
Well.
what is that, a 0.25% chance of rolling 2?
Right.
Well, that's technically his third.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is why he's in charge.
I guess. So you somehow, even though you can't see it, reveal the terrain over on the top of this hill a little bit to the right side. And then somehow, even though you can't see it impossibly, you see this structure in the back. You're like, dude, I know there's a ruined house up ahead. Somehow I can just feel it. It's kind of like when you're playing Diablo, and way across the auto map, you can somehow see this weird wall that's filled in, and it's like, what? That's basically you rolled so many ones that you broke the game and revealed random portions of the map.
All right.
You keep going, or I'm gonna make another obs check in my area because I've been sitting here for a while. Still nothing, Sarge.
This is where it's gonna get a little interesting, because we were relayed about that structure, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
I think before we and the Humvee move forward one more time, I think I want to send Vincent closer to the road to this cluster of trees. Um,
You got it, Sarge.
and as you move forward, I kind of want to send Carlos up almost simultaneously to this spot here. And once they radio in, Alexi, I want to move us in between this patch of trees on the road. But we'll
Right.
wait till they radio in.
Failed both checks. Failed my stealth, failed my obs.
Don't sweat it. That's why I put you guys close together.
Carlos, can you make me a stealth and an obs check, please?
Yes. Yeah, 9.
Well, it's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't see. Since you're right up on that ridge line, you're basically like crouched into the side of a hill there, like in some trees. You can't really see any more up over that hill until you like declare that you reach the top and peek over the top of it. You have to declare you peek over the top of things, which risks you being shot in the head in order to see stuff. It's what you got to do. But yeah, you don't see anything. I see nothing, and you see even more nothing than I do.
Okay. Alexi, let's move up to that point there. And as we roll up, I am going to be standing up in the Humvee with my binos, kind of looking just as we move as well.
Alexi is gonna have to make me a stealth check with the Humvee.
All right.
And an obs check too, if you know, because you're not closing your eyes when you're driving. You're presumably looking around as well. And I want to give you an experience point in it is the main thing. Actually, yeah.
Make my obs roll a 6.
Yeah. Well,
So you got an 8 and a 10, and I got a 6. So I think, I don't know what pass fails.
you have to get your skill or lower, I think.
Yeah. So everybody failed stealth and obsing.
Yes.
Okay, but you get your experience point in it. That's not how it works in the game, but I'm going to enact what I call the Thomas Edison rule, and even if you fail, you get your experience point, because, like, otherwise it took us 10 years real life to get our skills up, and no, we're adults now.
Right. All right. At least we are all there. Okay. Well, that, at least we're all safe still.
And at that moment, the sound of gunfire rings out.
Uh-huh.
It is now initiative 2 because they started it on initiative 2. Give me a moment. Combat happened. They saw the Humvee. They didn't notice us moving up, but they noticed the Humvee.
Yeah, I figured that was bound to happen at some point.
These are attack rolls.
Huh.
Okay, so many things happen at once. First thing that happens is a bunch of gunshots ring out and bullets come in our direction. The second thing that happens is I say, Sarge, they're right there. My bad. They're literally right fucking there. I failed you.
Well,
Uh,
we'll talk about that after we get out of this situation.
They were literally sitting on stumps. There were cut down trees that they made. They cut down for like firing lanes, and they were just sitting there on stumps, like out in the open, and I fucking didn't see them because I'm so bad at observing. I'll get better, Sarge, I promise. They still didn't see
I
me
know
though.
you will, sir.
Anyway, they fired 2 rounds each from their 9mm submachine guns at the Humvee, and they missed all 4 shots. It is now our turn. And I'm gonna have to... Yeah, I know, we got lucky. They missed all of their shots.
You guys suck!
well, I mean, that is the extreme
So do we.
distance for submachine gun, isn't it?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I gotta make a new channel for things right now.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Okay, so now it's, to us. So it usually goes to, whoever started it, phase, whatever phase they started it on. Like, if you were initiative 5 like a badass, you would initiate an ambush on phase 5. And then it would be 5 you guys, and then it would switch to their initiative 5 people, and then it's phase 4 us, 4 them, 3 us, 3 them, until it gets down to 1, and then the turn rolls over to 6 again. So they started it on phase 2, so it's turn 1, phase 2, us. And yeah, now we move in 30 increments. We're in combat order, so we move in 30-meter increments.
We act on the same turn as a group, correct?
Yes. So you guys can all just shout at me. You don't need to wait. I can handle lots of numbers. Plus, I can see your die rolls. You know what you rolled, and you know what your skill is.
Okay.
So you guys can just all shout what you're doing.
What's their distance from us?
You can use the measuring tool to find out.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm probably going to open up on them with my machine gun since they're shooting back at us, and I do have a
50
machine gun.
meters.
Give them hell.
I say, Alexi, we let Vincent and Carlos open first, and then we just run their asses down.
Remember, they only know that the Humvee is there, and then they're only going to know I'm there after I shoot at them. The rest of you guys are still unnoticed.
Okay.
That's
I don't
true.
know.
We could maybe have Carlos flank, maybe. Unless you want to reveal yourself and open fire.
I think I'm gonna reveal myself and open fire.
Okay.
I hit the guy I was aiming at with 6 machine gun rounds. Now I have to roll for hit locations. Hit him in the head, the arm, the guts, the dick twice, and the leg.
Oh.
I hit him in the face. His helmet did not protect him from the face. He is susceptible now to insta-kill damage.
Huh? You didn't hit the helmet.
Okay, that was insta-kill damage. I rolled a 5, which means any damage to his head exceeding 5 on this turn will outright kill him.
And that was the closer or the further away?
Yes, the closest.
Okay.
He took 9 damage to his head, and he is instantly killed, and the rest of the bullets that hit him are just overkill. That's why I usually resolve headshots first. So now,
Right.
the guy next to him is susceptible to stray fire, because that's how automatic weapons work. If you use burst fire...
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so I take the amount of dice that missed and reroll half of them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, so 14, so 7. I roll 76 on the guy. He is very lucky I missed him with every shot. You need 6s. It's Yahtzee rules.
Oh, okay.
With automatic fire. with single shot fire and sniper fire, you use your rifle skill.
Gotcha. So then that was your round.
Yep.
Rat-a-tat-tat. All right, Lieutenant, what are you opening up with?
Sir.
All right.
Are
Should I roll?
you have an M249 saw? Are you gonna fire that on the back of the horse?
His line of fire is blocked.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's blocked
so
by the
he
ridge.
would have to move.
Yeah, right now he's like literally unseen. He can see where I'm fucking firing my machine gun at, which is the universal, you don't have to say, they're over here. If you're firing your machine gun in a direction, there's a good chance that's where the enemies are.
So what are you doing, Carlos?
We also have a 50
Go ahead.
cal on top of the Humvee. And you are skilled with heavy weapons, Sarge.
Yeah, okay. And I did say I was standing up looking, so I might as well mount that mother.
Do not waste the ammo with automatic fire if you can help it. We only have 1,000 rounds.
What are my options with the 50 cal?
You can take single
Full
shots.
auto?
Oh yeah,
Single shots?
yeah, it's selective fire, so you can take single shots and use your heavy weapons skill. You can even take aim to shots. You can take aim to shots with anything. Scopes just make extreme range shots, long range shots. There's no such thing as extreme range with a scope.
Does this thing have a scope?
No,
No.
but you can still aim.
Alright, so I'll take... Yeah, I'll aim.
Okay, so there's automatic fire. There's 3 different types of shooting. There's automatic fire like I was doing, and then there's the 2 types of single shots, and there's quick shot and aimed shot. If you spend 1 phase aiming and then take a shot, that's an aimed shot, and you get your full skill. Otherwise, if you shoot without aiming the previous phase, it's a quick shot, and that uses 1 range band farther. Everything that makes something more difficult makes it the equivalent of 1 range band farther. If you're in the fog, if you're in the rain, if you're doing a quick shot, and that's on your skill list. If you look at your skill, it does the like 2, 4, 6, 8 thing. So like if you're at...
Oh, yep.
Yeah, if your skill is 4 and you're at medium range, that means 4 with an aimed shot at medium range. But if you're doing a quick shot, then it's 1 range band farther equivalent, which is long range, which makes it be a skill level of 2. And then if there's other things, it keeps just dropping it by half until you're at 1.
Alright, so I'll take an aim shot, which means I don't fire this round.
Yeah, if you
Right.
want to take an aimed shot, you have to declare that you're aiming this phase. And even if you...
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'll do.
Okay, and you can shoot up to 5 shots in a phase if you have the strength for it, but your first shot will be an aimed shot. So like, let's say next phase, if you shoot, the first shot will be an aimed shot, and then you have the option to fire up to 4 more additional quick shots after that. Just in the time, you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, so you're aiming.
I'm aiming.
So you would say, like, I'm going to move along the tree line here and edge long until I can see them, or you would be like, I'm going to go up over here and scout ahead this right flank here. I don't know, man. You just do what you want to do, dog. I can't tell you what to fucking
Alright,
do.
well, probably not a good idea, but I'm gonna go with it.
Okay, so you're on this side of the hill still. You're literally just, like, peeking up over the, like, side of the hill towards those guys. Towards these guys. And he can hip fire the saw from the horse. That'd be funny.
Oh my god. Recoil knocks him off the horse.
Okay, so I think that is the rest of his turn. Because, yeah, you can't move and act in the same phase in this game. So if everybody is finished, that would be their turn then.
I don't know. Should I just leave the Humvee where it is because it was hard for them to hit there, or should I move closer so the aim shot has a better chance of hitting?
If you move, you'll fuck
Oh,
up
I
his aimed
never
shot.
technically moved me.
Okay.
You cannot move. Yeah, if you move, you'll fuck up his aimed shot. You gotta stay put now if you want that to be a thing.
All right.
Yeah. I forgot to move me up with everybody.
Alright, I should give you a wheeled vehicle point because you're currently piloting a wheeled vehicle in combat. That counts. That's all you need to do.
Nice.
Okay, so this guy, having seen his fucking buddy get just mowed down by a machine gun he didn't know was there, and like the bullets whizzing by his head and shit.
Rolls back off of that stump.
They stood up to do that.
I figured, but it'd be funny to have him still sit.
Okay, so he's gonna use his entire movement to move, and that's we call that running as if, which means like if you move up to 30 meters, the printed rules are if you move up to 30 meters in a phase, you're considered running, and that makes you harder to hit. So characters who are running are treated as if one range band farther than the others. So that's another reason. Like you can see if you're taking a quick shot at somebody who's running, then it's 2 range band farther. So your skill of 8 would drop from a 4 and then a 2 because yeah.
Gotcha.
So this guy is running, and because those rules are stupid, we've come into situations where we literally are not 30 meters away from cover, where like the hill is 10 meters away, so we move 10 meters to the hill, but we didn't cover 30 meters in one phase, so it ended in situations where we run the 10 meters to the wall, and then we run in a circle for 20 meters by the wall, and then we just stop at the wall, so we were running as if to make ourselves harder to hit. That's where we invented the rule called running as if. That stands for running as if to make yourself harder to hit to the enemy. So you don't need to cover any sort of distance. You just have to declare, I'm running as if to this direction. I'm sprinting.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, that's their turn. He's fucking running his ass off across the bridge. He's fucking out of there. So now it's phase 1. Go ahead.
Nice.
So is that me on phase 1?
That's everybody on phase 1.
Okay.
Well, we definitely don't want him to get away, so I figure
You want me to keep shooting at him?
shoot at him. After you and fire, I guess we'll take the Humvee up and
Oh,
how far can the Humvee move?
Wait, you could take your aimed shot at him, because even though he's running, you could take your aimed shot.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a
So you're making an aim shot, but he is running as if, so you're going to treat it as if one range band farther, and you're within close range right now, because 50 cal is really long range.
okay. So I am rolling a 1d10.
Yes, and just hoping for low. 1d10, then math will happen. Hope for low. Holy shit, I think you might have got it.
Oh.
2.
Okay, no, unfortunately, your heavy weapon skill is 3, which goes down to a 1. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's
No.
6, and it goes down to a 3 because it's close range. Yeah, you got him.
Nice.
Ass. Shoot at my Humvee.
I could just see you aiming for 5 whole seconds like, you motherfucker. Alright, roll me a hit
Right?
location.
Okay, so how do I do that?
That's a 1d10.
Okay.
And it goes in descending order: head, arm, chest, abs, leg, leg. But don't worry about that. I remember it. I'll tell you what it all is. There's
Also a 2.
It's also in the player's handbook. That's the right arm. You just hit that dude in the right arm with a 50 cal. Now roll me. How much does a 50 cal do? I gotta look that up. I think it's 8d6 damage. In fact, it's 8d6 damage, but I'm still going to look it up because my brain does that. It is 8d6. Roll me 8d6 damage to that guy's fucking arm.
Oh God.
31 damage. Yeah, you took his arm clean off, as you might expect, and he is fucking dead. He probably,
Yeah.
like storyline-wise, he isn't dead yet, but he's completely incapacitated and will bleed out in about 5 minutes.
Like, that's what you get for shooting at baby.
Alright, so that, since there are no more enemies on screen, that effectively ends combat, and now we can move about with free will and all that.
And as he falls, I'm just gonna look over towards Vincent and go, I conserved the ammunition. I only
Dude.
shot once.
You have my deepest respect, Sarge. You are now a 50 cal sniper, and I don't mean a Barrett 50 cal, though those have been invented by this game. By this point.
Nice.
Yeah.
But having said that, I'm also gonna be like, so just so everybody's aware, if there are any more people out here, they just heard all of that.
Sarge, permission to go up the top of that hill on the right side and secure the right flank. It's been bothering me since the beginning of the game.
I agree.
Since we're not in combat, I'm just going to move my ass way around.
Yep.
Hey,
And
guys.
then as you do that, Carlos, since you're right there, I would inspect that first bogey, see
Yep.
what there is. We're looking for any form of intel or anything, but obviously grab whatever is useful.
What location?
The
guy that's
first
dead in
bogey
front of
there. Yep.
I failed both rolls, Sarge.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
peeking up over the hill.
Just be careful. Let's move the Humvee.
Whoa, dude, you literally just ran into the darkness. That's the most dangerous thing you could do.
Yeah,
Sir! I'm literally just shouting across the fucking field, like, Sir! Holy shit, get back to the ridge line!
Let's bring the Humvee up to the barricades. Because
Alright.
it's not like we're not
Where did
known
I
now.
go?
Oh, you can't see yourself because you're in the fog, huh?
Yeah,
I'll move you for you, dog.
that was
You see what I'm doing? How I approached the ridge, and I'm peeking up over the ridge to look over the ridge first before I go run up there? That's what you gotta do. You gotta like, approach the ridge and say, okay, I'm at the ridge, and then you gotta peek up over it and look. And make an obs check, and a stealth check. Or not. And he's on his own.
So if we loot bodies, do we have to roll a scrounging check?
No. You guys can all make me obs check. Whoa, are you guys all just like back in the Humvee?
I'm in the Humvee, but I'm actually going to get out of the Humvee and move the barricades out of the way.
Okay.
Just quick toss them to the side. But you still want an obs check. Yeah, because I imagine as I'm
yeah,
doing that, I'm going to be...
Not now, but anybody else standing in the area can make me an obs check if they're not moving things out of the way and doing something that was already declared.
Alright, I can do that.
Please indicate where you're, the general vicinity that you are obsing.
Maybe looking over that way.
Good call, good call.
Well, I didn't roll low enough still, but I rolled it.